Okay, back with you. Fenter going past the Audi of Bauer. So back into third place goes Christian Fenter for the 80k Mercedes. And Otten still out in the lead and yet to pit. So we shall wait and see what happens there. So as mentioned, I am pushing out 1440p 60 resolution here, so you can upgrade your settings to watch this in the highest clarity that you can. It's a good looking picture, but yeah, sorry about the dramas and the network problems. I don't know what to say. Yeah, I have no clue what's causing the problem, but we shall get through it as long as I can create the new stream. Ooh, there's a big problem for Ottens there. Let's just go back 10 seconds. Ryan Ottens hits that last curb out the bus stop a little hard, and he's hit the barriers. So yeah, we have some drama going on, unfortunately, and the 80k car took a little bit of a wide line through there, and I think there's possible damage on the front left corner of the hybrid Mercedes. But everything looks good. We should be. The stream looks okay again. Everything is normal, so I'll be keeping an eye on it. Again, apologies to everybody. This is there's always something new happening with regards to the internet in this country, and I can't put my finger on it, and I can't tell you why it's doing what it's doing. But anyway, we're good to go. Here's Fleming Bauer in the howling Audi, who is chasing Christian Fenter in the 80k car. There he is, 3 seconds back. Christian Fenter, in fact, just went past the Audi. And in the bottom picture, we can see Ryan carrying on. Ryan Otten staying in the car. They've gone through the hours, so should be due for a pit stop in the next 5 to 10 minutes, I would suspect. Hi guys on the YouTube, welcome back, and sorry for you having to jump between the streams. It's a very strange concept. I'm not sure why it's doing it or what is going on. It shouldn't be just turning off, it's kind of just turning itself off, and I look at my OBS settings and it's got a green box and it's just pushing 8 kilobits per second, so I'm not dropping or losing connections, but something's dropping somewhere, so I am trying to stay on top of it. Bear with me. Again, it's going to happen at 9 o'clock, but that was a forced one because we can only stream, well, it's normally 6 hours, then we need to go to another stream, but because this is an 8 hour, I decided to try and do it 4 hours and 4 hours. So again, at 9 o'clock, I will manually be stopping the stream, and we will then go to the next link, which is the 8 hours of the Glen for the second half of the race, and that should hopefully stay up and live for the full 4 hours. Okay, back, and you watching Ottens in the hybrid car. I'm expecting a pit stop soon from them, but we're also watching Barkhuizen go by the Iron Dames, the Lynx Ferrari of I get it mixed up. Is it it's Rundable, sorry, Loic Rundable. Yep. Let's have a close look at the Mercedes, see if it's been fixed in the last pit stop. It hasn't. Still carrying. I don't know, maybe, I know there was a glitch. I went on about this in one of the previous streams where I was saying, why are guys not fixing the car? And it was actually like a glitch in the matrix. They had in fact fixed the car, but it hadn't been repaired on the game stream, if you know what I'm saying. Oh, there we go. Hybrids in the pits. In the picture-in-picture, Ryan Ottens comes in, as does Paul Fenter. So now we're going to see. We're watching the charging Fenter here in the 80k car. That gap was 1.8 seconds prior to their pit stop. And Ryan hits his blocks. Okay, let's see what happens here. So maybe this is just some artifacts that we're seeing in the game with the car not being repaired. And they had in fact repaired the car. Oh, Christian sliding it out of the horseshoe. He's trying to get around these last couple of corners as quick as he can. Hybrid car still static. Around the final corner, this is going to be a drag race. Remember, the gap was just under 2 seconds. Final corner, and there drops the Mercedes, and there goes the 80k car. So that's a position change. We also see Fenter going by in the LNR BMW. So that was a long stop for Ottens, and we shall see if they have done a driver change on that car. Does Ryan Otten stay in the car? Is Bago in, or is Daniel Rowe in? We'll wait for them to go through the first sector. Looks like Otten's staying in the car. Oh, there's something wrong here. Why are they so slow coming up the hill? Did I miss something there? Let's go back 30 seconds. Oh, he had a huge moment coming up the hill. Ryan Ottens has just hammered it over the curbs, and he is... Oh, wow. Oh, my word. That is such a bad place to be. That is such a good repair job. We'll actually watch that. Oh, my word. That was close. I only caught the end of that on the live stream. I was watching the other stream. So Ryan Ottens had a huge moment coming up the chicane. 2 cars narrowly just missed them. That was massive. Gee whiz, that was close. You can backtrack on the YouTube live stream if you want to watch that. I can't show it again. I've already done a replay. But just watching the picture-in-picture, I know it's very small, but you can see what happened. Gee whiz, that was a big incident. Oh, and Bago's in the car. So it was a driver change from Ryan to Johan Bago Krobler. So apologies, Ryan. Right, Fleming Bauer into the pits. I think Bago did extremely well not to hit the fences and the curbs. Not the curbs, the barriers. But he did not enjoy that trip up the chicane. Jeez, that was close. Sure. He just caught way too much of the curb coming up through that first left-hander and turned the Mercedes round completely. So, it's all happening after the third round of pit stops, let me tell you. 3 hours pretty much done, and a huge moment for the almighty Hybrid Academy guys. Sure, that was big. Hey Luke, how's it, man? Thanks for joining us. I've had a really rocky 3 hours here with YouTube. I'm not sure why or what's been going on, but hopefully we've got it all stable. Got a very close dice going on here at the moment between ATK Hybrid Academy with outsiders Barkhazen and their Aston Martin and Bauer in the Audi. So good dice here for the 8 hours of the Glen. Also double streaming off my newly rebuilt and running broadcast PC, so we can show 2 races at the same time, which is very cool. How you otherwise, Luke? All good, man? Jeez, you're a busy boy these days. Alien of note. The Juice Man. There we go. Okay, let's go downfield. And I'm going to have a look here. Sean Skitter And Sean Skitter for the LNR boys. He's coming along and chasing down Jean Leroux. Just behind him, you can see the 80k car coming. So they're going to want to try and get by as quick as they can. The hybrid car, I beg your pardon. Oh, Bernard Barkhuizen being held through the chicane, the up the hill chicane, being coming up to some back markers in the Ferrari and struggling to get by this Ferrari. Yeah, the Ferrari can't defend when he's being lapped, and he stays over, and Bernard Barkhuizen cruises through, all done. Saucy, there we go. Thanks, Luke. Right, based on the 80k and hybrid pit stops, I cannot recall or remember when the Barkhuizen pit stop or the well, I do know the Henry Mayer's in the car, so he took the car from Bauer, so that pit stop has happened shortly. And Henry Mayer, he is coming out the boot of the shoe, and Johan Berger Krobler is going up the hill. So that's the difference between third and fourth at gap. Oh, good 30 to 40 seconds. Jacques Vermeulen's also climbed into the LNR car, taken over from Paul Venter, and they will carry on together. Jean Leroux, he is he's now in the Kinetic Simworks Racing Force car. Then we have Sean Skitt in the other LNR car, and Dwayne Hall back in the Retro Esports BMW. So they're doing very well, in fact. Busy with their slow but sure climb back up the field to get as close as they can to the top 5. It's damage limitation for the Retro Serenity Esports team. Dwayne had a massive coming together coming up the hill through turns 3 and 4. Hammered the BMW into the Onca barriers and had over a minute's worth of damage, which unfortunately put them a lap down, literally 5 laps into the race. And they've spent the rest of the next 2.5 hours slowly passing everybody and trying to get back onto the lead lap. They are currently on 107, and Barkhuizen, Christian Venter and the other leaders on 109. Celier's in the pits in the Aston Martin. Hansi Meyerberg also further down there in 10th place. He's running well in the BM. And Loic Rundable, they're running the Iron Lynx, Iron Dames, whichever, Ferrari. This team is campaigned in Europe with a bunch of women that drive it, and they've just won the AM Championship, I think, in that car. So awesome looking car, livery, and Rundable doing well in the Ferrari. They started down in 16th with the other Ferrari of Skuman, and they've slowly climbed their way all the way up to 11th at the moment. So having a good dice. Mitteleni, the man himself, down in 16th. Reg, he has been doing this entire race himself and was at the back of the pack for at least 2.5 hours. I now see Gavin Scruton's down at the back of the pack. So they've had a drama somewhere with the McLaren, and they've dropped all the way to the bottom of the field. And as I say that, Mitteleni, Reg comes into the pits. So Scruton now going to pass in. There you can see the Honda on the right hand side, and they go through. Barkhuizen the lead in the pits. So let's go and see what happens here. Here's Bernard Barkhuizen. Let's go and see where Christian Venter is. Picture in picture. He's gone through already, going up the hill. There he goes. And Johan Berger Krobler coming around. Oh, here we go. This is going to get all spicy. Berger Krobler coming over the line, and Barkhuizen leaving the pits. So this is dice for third place at the moment, side by side, and there we see them. Ooh, watch this coming up the hill. Johan Bago Krobler goes with the momentum around the outside, and he gets by. We'll see Barkhuizen's in the car. No, it's Bernard Burnsy King. So there's been a driver change for the KSR team, and Bernard King is going to push like you cannot believe right now. So we got some exciting stuff coming along shortly. Bernard fresh in the car. He hasn't driven today, so he's been itching to get in there, and that Aston is quick. So we shall see. You can also clearly see the front of the hybrid Mercedes carrying some damage. I'm going to leave the cameras here for a little immersion break. I'm going to go and have a sandwich. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Right, cool, back. Seeing in the little picture-in-picture still, it's all going on between Burnsy King and Bagger Krobler at gap sub half a second. See Nordia getting a stop go 30, which has been cleared. So he's sped into the pits for that one. So some current lap times if you're interested. Last laps, Christian Fenter a 146.5. Johan Bagger Krobler 145.5 with the pressure, as you can see. Bernard Burnsy King a 145.5 naturally. Henry Mayer now in the Audi 145.6 and Jacques Vermeulen a 146.0, your top five. Half an hour away from halfway through this race. Considering I had to restart the stream like 3 times, I'm going to remove the next, the planned boot reboot restream at 9 o'clock, and we'll just continue with this one. I'll be back shortly. Cool, I'm back. Hey, Mr. B on the YouTube, howdy. You join us just before halfway through the race, and it's starting to get interesting. Top 3 cars are very close as far as overall race wins goes. The Hybrid Academy boys have been full domination for most of the race, but currently see themselves here in third place. Bernard Bernsey King having got by and passing Bega Krobler, and Christian Venter, the 80k car, out in the lead, but these guys are closing in on them. And the pit stops, well, they happened like 15-20 minutes ago, so yep, we're gonna have a solid 4 hours for the rest of the evening with these three where they are right now. Yeah, JW for sure. Johan having a torrid time coming out the pits after that pit stop and turning the car around through that chicane up the hill and not getting hit. That was even more impressive. So stayed on the brakes, two cars went around the back, and then managed to whip the car around and get going. But here we go. It's gonna get busy for the last 4 hours, that's for sure. Right, so a little update there. Ethan Lecoona, who we were having drama with earlier with the car that was pinging and flying around, saying the Brooklyn area's internet got cut. He still had connection, but Google servers and Steam and Discord and everything else got disconnected, but somehow he still had a connection to the server. But anyway, so thanks, and he apologizes to everybody. Possibly it was the LNR guys, Paul and those guys, but there was no harm, no foul. So Ethan, if you are hearing this, and all good, man, and thanks for managing that as best you guys could, man. I must say I've had a torrid time with YouTube this the past 3 hours. I've had 3 disconnects and my internet is running at 50-50. I have no clue what's been going on, but just bear with me, guys. As long as I can get it back up and going and you come back and we carry on together, it's all good. Yeah, this race is far from over, hey boys? Definitely. Closing in on Christian Fent at the moment, although he's doing his best in the car. Obviously not as quick as Morgs, but as long as he can get to the next pit stop and not lose a position when and if they then do a driver change, they should be sitting pretty. And down to WT Buerta, here he is. I see it was the wrong screen, apologies. Come back up here to Bega and we'll take the little screen down to Marius Gumman in the pits. Okay, what's up with that? Have we lost the LNR, boys? Not the LNR, but I've lost Marius Gumman. I can't select that car. So give me a sec to try and work out what's happening here. Is given. Yeah, there's a... I can't seem to connect to the Marius Gumman entry. who was in 15th place. And I can't select them on on my primary stream. So I think we've had our first disconnect actually. It's not a driver change either that I can see. Car number 151. Yeah, there we go. So the timing screen's just dropped down to 16 cars. That's going to be our first disconnect. That's unfortunate. Hopefully they can maybe reconnect and carry on. Kurt Glashagen is in his favorite Lamborghini, as we see Bernard Barkhuizen go right past, at least Bernard King go past and head on his way. Johan Bager's not happy in the car at the moment. His lap time's at 46.4 his last lap. Bernard King of 45.2. So Johan, or possibly they've got incorrect tires, or there's something wrong, I don't know. Or he's carrying a little bit of damage that we aren't aware of. But all good for now. Currently sitting good in third place. And both of them closing down on the 80k car. So the next 4 hours are going to be interesting, lads. There's reconnected. So Marius Schumann's back. He's sitting in the pits. Yeah, here he is. So that Ferrari had a disconnect. They're going to have to sit there for 2 minutes while they get put back into position, and they'll pull out and carry on. But that was unfortunate for them. They are now on 107 laps. Yeah, it looked like Rob van der Heever tried to reconnect, and he was obviously not the correct driver. So they had to disconnect and reconnect. Anywho, Reg, you're not last anymore, my man. Rambo Mitteleni doing the 8 hours at the Glen solo. And he is on lap 114. Same lap as Mr. Gavin Scruton, who managed to get past him just now. And Gavin busy driving his way back up the grid after having some issues earlier. So Christian Venter currently doing 46.6 his last lap. Bernard King 45.7, and they are 18 seconds back, so definitely closing in. Johan Bager Krobler 46.5, and he's just gone past the LNR BMW, so he had some traffic. And that's your top three with 20 minutes away from halfway through this race. Hey, Humidify on YouTube, how's it, man? I'm gonna then assume you're in the Mostert Ferrari, correct? Jay Mostert currently driving. This is the Iron Dames, the pink one. Yeah, cool, man. Well, there's still a long way to go. It's coming up to middle of the race, 4 hours still to go, so it's never over, dude. Keep on pushing. Push, push, push. On board here with Vega Krobler. Still pushing away as hard as he can. He makes it look so easy through that bus stop at that pace. Henry Mayer circulating in 4th place still. Team Early Birds. And they've kind of just also just been slowly but surely doing laps. They were putting on some pressure earlier on. Oh, Fanta. Fanta being very wide out of the boot section. Benzie King now down to 11 seconds off the back of Christian Venter. Christian Venter had a nightmare of a last lap. His last lap was a 1:48.0. Bernard King doing a 1:45.6. So I'm not sure what that was about, but he was very wide coming out the boot, and he had a huge moment coming out of the onto the original track as well. Oh, there we go, Christian updating us on the YouTube channel. How's it, buddy? But yeah, Christian Venter running with his pressures a little bit out by about a bar, so he's struggling, and that's what the problem is there. So at least we're aware, but still going like the clappers and doing well, holding on to that first place, and 14 minutes away from the pit stops, or on the hour. Based on what we saw with the previous stops, I think we'll see Christian possibly peeling around about 10 minutes time. Anything between 9 and 10 minutes. I forget where Bernard King, Burnsy's pit stop is, and then the hybrid guys just after the hour. So it's going to get exciting, gentlemen. Daniel in 9th place, we're with Jaco Nordia, Kinetic Sunworks Racing Force BMW, and they are closing in on Hansi Meyerberg. That gap down to 7 seconds. And you can see it's slowly heading towards dusk. Long shadows happening now on the track as the time creeps towards 6 p.m. I suspect we'll probably have maybe another hour and a half's worth of daylight, and then it'll be dark. Still a lot to play for, a lot's going on in this race.